Hello friends, today we'll study gravitation. So what is gravitation? Let me tell you an interesting story. You know Newton? There was a Newton, the great Newton, Sir Isaac Newton. What happened? Once he was in below the tree and it was an apple tree. So what happened? Apple fell down. As if apple fell down, what would have we done? Would have just taken and eaten an apple. But what Newton did, he thought for a while. He thought, why did apple come down? What's the reason that apple came down? So there were several questions around it. Then he found an answer. He came to know that there is a pull by the surface of the earth, and as if earth has the force of attraction. Initially, he understood that everything which falls down has been attracted by the earth. So he gave the name, and that was gravitation. So basically, this doesn't mean gravitation is only for the surface of the earth. So what does gravitation mean? It's very simple. Gravitation is nothing but the force of attraction. This is the force of attraction between any two objects, and this is the universal force. Let's say there is a chalk in my hand and there might be other substances, but if I consider this book, these are two different things, two different objects, but there is a force of attraction between those two things. See, I am on the surface of the earth. At the same time, I might be undergoing the force of attraction with the substance which may be on the other planet. So there is a difference. So what's the difference? This is the universal difference, that earth is having the force of attraction which is acceleration due to gravity. Most of the times we do get misunderstood and misconception about the gravitational force and acceleration due to gravity. So let me clarify. Gravitation is nothing but the force of attraction between any two objects, and this is the universal force. What he told that the force of attraction, let's say A and B, these are the two objects and they are separated by the distance small r. As Newton told, there is a force of attraction, means A would be undergoing the force of B and B would be undergoing the force of A. So what is the parameter, or to what extent do the force is experienced by those two objects? So let's say the force of attraction between those two objects is directly concerned with the product of their masses. See, M1, which will be considering as the mass of an object A, and M2 is the product mass of an object B. So according to Newton, force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and the force which is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Directly proportional means what? The extent of mass is more, there will be more force, and inversely proportional means what? If the distance is more, the force would be less. If the distance is less, the force would be more. But before that, we'll study Newton's laws of motion. First law, that is law of inertia. What is law of inertia? Basically, if I consider this chalk to be held in my hand, and if it is kept at the stagnant position, unless and until I don't apply force over it, it won't move. Means what? Any object, if it is in the inertial phase, won't move until there is a force of attraction, or is there the force is applied over it. So what is the first thing? We must apply the force. This is the first law of inertia. Now second law is law of momentum. This law tells that if I apply force, the extent of force will decide its displacement. Means force is equal to mass into acceleration. And third law, it is of the reverse action. Third law states that to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. If I consider a ball, I throw it on the wall, it will rebound back. Isn't it right? So this law is applicable for the reverse force.